Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Ivy Garnica, an IT student. I'll be discussing for you today about the evolution of computer down to application software. So if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, this is Ivy Garnica, and I'll be discussing to you today the evolution of computer. I'll be discussing from early machine to modern AI. So without further ado, let's go. So before we discuss about the evolution of computer, we will be discussing what is a computer. A computer is an electronic device that processes data, performs tasks based on instruction given by a software. It takes input, processes it, stores information, and produces output. So by its definition, we already know what is a computer. So once again, it takes the input. Once it was inputted into the computer, it will process. The computer will process and store information, and afterwards, it will produce an output. The importance of computers are essential in a modern life due to their speed, efficiency, and automation, making tasks faster and more accurate. They enable global communication, data storage, and online learning, benefiting education and businesses. So actually, computers is really necessary nowadays. We use this in our daily tasks as a student. I'm a first year IT student, and it's very important for me in making my PowerPoint projects, soft copy of my projects. So this is more efficient, and it takes uh, it takes my work easier. So here is the history of computer from the early mechanical computer. First is the abacus. This was invented in 3000 before Christ era. So the abacus is the earliest non-computing devices. It was independently developed by different civilizations, including the Sumerians in Mesopotamia, or what we call nowadays the Iraq. And next is the Chinese and the Egyptians. So the abacus does not have a single inventor, as it was independently developed by multiple ancient civilizations. However, the earliest known use of the abacus dates back to around 3000 BC in Mesopotamia. So it is believed that Iraq nowadays was the first who invented the abacus. And later on, there was a different version from Chinese, or they developed another version of the abacus. And also in Egypt, Greeks, and Romans. So we do have next the Pascaline that was in 1642 and was invented in France. So Pascaline, also known as the arithmetic machine, and was invented in 1642 by Blaise Pascal. So the Pascaline comes from the name of the inventor, Pascal. He is actually a French mathematician, physicist, and philosopher. And we have the third was the difference engine, invented on 1837 by Charles Babbage. So the difference engine was designed by Charles Babbage in 1837 once again as a mechanical device to automate complex mathematical calculations. Babbage, an English mathematician, philosopher, and inventor, is often referred to as the father of the computer due to his pioneering work in computing. So he is considered as the father of the computer. So if you can see at the pictures, it is actually a manual. In order for the difference engine to work, is there is an engine that you need to operate manually. So here's the first generation of computer. Aside from the three a while back, The first generation of computer was on 1940 to 1956, and it is called vacuum tubes. So we all know why it is called vacuum tube. So in 1940 to 1956, the vacuum tubes was considered the first generation of computers since it used a vacuum tubes for circuitry and magnetic drums for memory. So the vacuum tube was used for circuitry and magnetic drums for memory. So if you can see in the pictures, there are bigger computer and there are a lot of circuit, and it's a big circuit. So this machine were extremely large, as you can see in the picture, and very expensive and consume massive amount of electricity. So despite their limitation, they were faster than mechanical computers and marked the beginning of modern computing. So yeah, actually the pictures here is clearly stating us that the computer before was bigger than now. Since it is bigger and there are a lot of circuits, it really consume, massive amounts of electricity. But then, more faster than the mechanical computers that we have discussed before this. So it marks actually the beginning of modern computing. And the second one was the ENIAC that was invented in 1946. ENIAC stands for Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. So it was the world's first general purpose fully electronic digital computer. It was designed to perform high-speed mathematical calculation and was primarily used by the US military during World War II. So it still used a vacuum tube, but the performance of this is have a high speed to calculate mathematical calculations. And once again, the primary purpose of this computer is for military use only. And the third one was the UNIVAC 1 that was invented in 1951, Universal Automatic Computer. So it was the first commercially available computer in the world and the first computer designed for both scientific and business application. It played a significant role in early computing history by demonstrating that computers could be used beyond military application. So this time, it is already used for commercial, not only in military. So there is already a significant role in this year or in 1951 since it was used for scientific and business application. So we can actually see the difference or the evolution of computer here from vacuum to ENIAC and to UNIVAC.